Imagine this, your phone is on the table, no strange app, no suspicious download, no weird link you clicked at 2 am, just a normal phone. And yet, somewhere in the background, someone may be reading your messages, tracking your location, listening through your microphone and seeing the world through your camera. That is the fear behind Pegasus. Pegasus is not the kind of malware most people imagine. It is not a shady Android app promising free movies. Pegasus is a high-end spyware developed by the Israeli company NSO Group, sold as a surveillance tool for governments. Officially, the pitch is simple: catch terrorists, stop criminals and prevent serious threats. But the story became much darker, because investigations around the world revealed that Pegasus has been used to target journalists, activists, lawyers, diplomats, political opponents, and ordinary people whose only offense was being inconvenient to powerful institutions. And what makes Pegasus terrifying isn't just what it can do. Traditional cyber attacks need a mistake, a click, a download, a password type into the wrong website. There was always a moment where the victim did something. Pegasus changed the entire atmosphere. In documented cases, the target didn't have to click anything at all. These are known as zero-click attacks. The victim receives something through a service like a messaging app. The phone processes it automatically, and the spyware slips in before the person even realizes there was a danger. No warning screen, no hacker in a hoodie, no dramatic "you have been hacked" message. Just silence and a compromised device. Once Pegasus is inside, it does not need to break encryption in the cinematic way people imagine. It does something smarter and more brutal. Compromises the device itself. Think about it. WhatsApp can be encrypted, Signal can be encrypted, iMessages can be encrypted. But if the spyware is already sitting on the phone before or after the message is encrypted, it can simply read what you can see. It can collect chats, emails, contacts, photos, calendar entries, passwords, GPS data, call logs, and app content. In some more cases, spyware of this class can also access the microphone and camera. That means the phone stops being your private device. The world really started paying attention in 2021 when the Pegasus project exposed a leaked list of more than 50,000 phone numbers reportedly selected by NSO's clients as a potential surveillance targets. To be clear, being on the list did not automatically prove a phone was infected, but forensic analysts found real traces of Pegasus on multiple devices. And the names connected to reporting were not random. Journalists, human rights defenders, political figures, people working in places where speaking freely can be dangerous. This is when Pegasus stopped being just a cybersecurity story, became a democracy story. Because the core question was no longer, can this technology exist? It was, who gets to use it, who watches the watchers, and what happens when the target is not a criminal but a critic. The NSO Group maintains that its tools are designed solely for legitimate government investigations, and that it does not operate the spyware itself. The company argues that its customers are state agencies, and that Pegasus is intended to be used against serious criminals and terrorists. But critics argue that this is exactly the problem. When a tool is powerful enough to silently take over a phone, selling it only to governments does not make it automatically safe. Pegasus also forced tech companies into a strange position. Apple built the iPhone around privacy and security, but Pegasus showed that even the most locked-down consumer device can be attacked when the adversary is rich, patient, and armed with unknown vulnerabilities. Citizen Lab, one of the most important research groups investigating spyware, documented Pegasus zero-click attacks against Apple devices. One famous exploit chain was called Forced Entry. Apple patched the vulnerabilities, sued NSO Group, and later even introduced features like lockdown mode for people at extreme risk. WhatsApp failed NSO as well. In 2019, WhatsApp accused NSO of using Pegasus to target more than 1,400 users. Years later, in 2025, a US jury ordered NSO to pay roughly $167 million in punctual damages, one of the biggest legal blows ever against the commercial spyware industry. But here is the uncomfortable part. Even when one company is sued, patched, restricted, or exposed, the market does not disappear. Because Pegasus is only the most famous name. Commercial spyware vendors selling intelligence-grade capabilities to clients who want access to phones, the most intimate devices humans own. And phones are perfect targets. They know where we sleep, who we love, who we text when we are scared, what meetings we attend, what photos we never posted. A laptop may hold your work, but a phone holds your life. So, what can an ordinary person do? The honest answer is, if a government-level spyware operator is personally targeting you, basic security tips may not be enough. That is what makes this category so serious, but risk can still be reduced. Keep your phone updated, use strong device passwords, avoid suspicious links, and restarting your phone can sometimes disrupt certain temporary spyware behaviors. Use two-factor authentication. But the bigger solution is not just individual hygiene, it is accountability. Pegasus matters because it reveals a dark future which already exists. A future where the most dangerous weapon is not always loud. Sometimes it is invisible, sometimes it arrives through a phone number, sometimes it leaves almost nothing behind, and sometimes the person being watched large never knows their private life has become Elsa's intelligence report. That is the real story of Pegasus, not just spyware, power hidden inside your pocket. And remember, your phone is not just a device, it's a map of your life. So, revisit your operational security. Don't store every detail in one place. Don't let your entire identity live inside a single device. Spread your digital footprint. Reduce what can be taken from you in silence. Don't forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.